In my previous video, we explored a little bit of Dune, the role-playing game by Motifius, and now they have sent me yet another book. Thank you very much for that. Power and Pawns, the Emperor's Court. In the previous book, we went into the Landsraad. Now we go deeper into the Emperor's Court. I haven't looked at this book yet. This is just to show you what this looks like. Is this going to be worth the amount of money that you have spent to get your hands on it? Welcome to the GMS Magazine RPG unbooking videos. This is a thin book. I don't know what's inside. We're about to find out. This is still, as you can see, completely unopened. Yeah, I just did. So let's study it a little bit, shall we? Very good cover. This is obviously more about diplomacy and negotiation and perhaps even backstabbing, because this is not showing, as in the previous book, this is not showing any violence whatsoever. This is just plotting, looking at you, and confrontation of personalities. I love the story it tells, just like that. The back is exactly the same as Houses of the Landsraad, with a description of what is that you're going to find within the book itself, which is very good. It's a complete 144 pages supplement that lays bare the secrets of the Imperium, as well as a host of new factions and campaign options to bring Dune adventures in the Imperium game to the next level. Okay, that sounds we should be. It comes with an adventure, Blood and Riches, where the player characters must negotiate a tense conflict between two great houses that might plunge the Imperium into war. That sounds like, why would you want to stop the Imperium from, well, not to kill people? Okay, fair enough. Forget I said anything. Imperium war, exactly the same organization as the previous book, with the illustration inside as the first thing that we see. The same credits, which is very good, and a very, very detailed table of contents, which I appreciate. And I appreciate things, little things like this. Tiny little banner here that covers this tiny space that otherwise you would go unnoticed perhaps, but like that, it adds that little bit of visual richness that I appreciate as a graphic artist and art director. This is very good and very encouraging. I like that level of detail. So what do we have here? We have chapter 1, the Imperial Throne. This is tiny reading though, I can barely see it. So we have Life at the Court, the Sadukar play character. This is the only thing about this is, it is very difficult to see. I think it would have been nicer to have it in 3 columns perhaps and being a little bit bigger, because I genuinely cannot read this. However, inside, as with the previous book, it is ever so easy to read. The font is great. The separation between paragraphs is brilliant. The imagery is not obtrusive. You know, it doesn't collide with the text, which is good. Here it does a little bit, but not a big deal. Love the illustrations. The style is just so good. And there's little else that can be said about this that I didn't say in the previous video, because it just looks great. Everything seems to be so well separated from each other, which I very much appreciate, because it means that the structure of the of the book is going to be the same. Same things described in the houses with 3 columns instead of 2, which gives a very overall look and feel to the whole series of books about the game, which is good. That's exactly how it should be. Kaitain, description of the planet. And then classes. So bodyguard, confidence, Kimi noble, the socialite, weak noble, and the Sardukar. This is the most feared warriors, according to this, of the known universe. Fine, you need to see that. But overall, this is so beautifully produced. Now, I have absolutely zero reason to doubt that the writing is going to be just as good, because simply the team is very much the same. This is why it is important. And I know that not many people pay attention to this, but I think this is why it is important to take a look at who's writing what, who's doing what. Because when you see a series of books, if you see the same authors, if you see the same graphic artists, if you see the same layout artists, if you see the same art directors, then that means that you're going to get a consistency that is going to be good and that you're going to enjoy throughout. There is a familiarity. They keep this visual language throughout all the books. And I think that is great attention to detail. I very much appreciate that. So overall, these are over 142 pages of information, and the only thing I can say about this book that I didn't really enjoy just by looking at it has been this table of content, and only because it's so small that I cannot really read it properly, and that is a real shame. But other than that, I think if you like the RPG, the Dune RPG, this is a very safe bet indeed. It doesn't say how much it is, so I cannot tell you, but I wouldn't care. If you're playing the Dune game, this is one you have to have. To be honest, probably if you just like the Dune universe, these books, considering how much canon is introduced, you would probably enjoy reading, just as a Dune aficionado. So well done, Montefius. You keep doing really amazing work. Many congratulations. Meanwhile, please let me know what you think about this, if you have already read it, or what would you like to see next, because I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much indeed, and until the next time, I will talk to you very soon. Take care.